Welcome back to another episode of Mom's Basement.
Love you, Mom.
This is the Super Bowl
Pew,
weekend.
pew, pew, pew.
Congratulations to the San Francisco 49ers and Kansas City Chiefs, and to my buddy Ryan for predicting this at the beginning of the season.
Well, thanks, Ben. I appreciate you throwing some love my way. It doesn't happen very often.
It hurts. It hurts my soul. It really does. But who did you actually have? I can't remember. Who'd you have winning it all?
Kansas City.
You did have Kansas City.
Yep.
Is that still your thought?
It is. It is still my thought.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. You still say stupid stuff on this podcast. I can't believe you have no faith in the San Francisco 49ers.
Well, Kansas City's run game, Patrick Mahomes, I think that they're going to dominate the line of scrimmage.
How? You got Nick Bosa. All right, you got Nick Bosa and Trey Young.
Trey Young? Whoa!
I am
That
stuttering
skinny
so
dude is going to
bad.
smack the crap out of freaking Patrick Mahomes.
I stuttered. Chase Young.
Chase
Okay?
Young.
Chase Young, the same guy who doesn't put any effort on third down?
But he's a solid guy at the end. Like, he's better than Von Miller. Let's be honest.
He's
And he's paid
definitely
way
solid.
less. And he's on a better team. The defensive front for San Francisco is going to be really tough for Christian McCaffrey. Look at me. For Kansas City to actually move the ball.
I think Kansas City's going to move the ball just fine. They rush the passer really good, San Francisco does. I will give them that. But teams have been able to run the football on them pretty good.
Okay, do you know San Francisco's ranking for the rushing allowed in a game?
Not off the top of my head.
They're top 3.
Okay, but have they been top 3 in the playoffs?
Kansas City, do you know Kansas City's top, or where they sit with their running game?
Probably middle of the pack.
Yeah, middle of the pack. That's not a good stat to be comparing a running game to this San Francisco defense. I mean, on top of that, you got your linebackers for the 49ers that are star players, that are all Pro Bowl people as well, but they didn't go because they're in the Super Bowl.
Well, Kansas City just ran all over Baltimore, and they have a top-tier run defense too.
Baltimore is a different story, though. Baltimore is, with Baltimore's schedule compared to San Francisco's schedule, it's different to compare.
And it really doesn't even matter because Lamar should win the MVP. Back to you, Ben.
Cody, sometimes we should mute your mic.
A wild card.
Let's talk about the matchups, though, with San Francisco and Kansas City. If Kansas City starts turning the ball over, there's no way that they're going to win that game.
Well, that's a big if.
I mean, if San
They've been protecting
Francisco
the ball pretty good in the playoffs.
if San Francisco turns the ball over, they still have a chance to win the game.
Yeah, but turnovers hurt both teams, Ben. So
Turnovers, well, thank you. So does not scoring. But
I don't think we're going to have a problem with scoring in this game.
I don't either.
Even with these two elite defenses.
I wouldn't call Kansas City as an elite defense. I think that they get
Aren't they like number 2 overall?
they're in the top 5. They're in the top 5.
I'd say that's pretty elite out of 32.
That's pretty good.
It's good, but I'm not saying what I'm trying to say is they get the opportunity to make decisions that they could take risks on because they have a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes that is guaranteed to score every time he touches the ball. But in the games that the Chiefs have lost, I mean, that defense wasn't holding anybody. That defense wasn't doing anything. They weren't getting the ball turned over. They weren't. Patrick Mahomes wasn't scoring. There was a lot of pressure on the offense, and that's why all the wide receivers were dropping balls. Okay, when the defense wasn't performing, the wide receivers have to, and they don't have. Kansas City doesn't have the wide receivers to perform in a Super Bowl level.
They don't need the wide receivers. They can run the ball with Pacheco and throw the ball to Kelsey.
Okay, that's 2 people to stop with that San Francisco 5 all-star defense. You'd think that that's going to matter? You think that that's still possible for the Chiefs to win?
Yes,
if all they have to do
can
is
win.
stop Kelsey and Pacheco?
It's easier said than done, Ben. Everybody focuses on Kelsey, and he had 10 catches for
You're focusing on Kelsey, and all you're doing is focusing on Kelsey and Pacheco. And I'm asking you the question, if San Francisco can stop Kelsey and Pacheco, are they going to win this game?
If they can stop Kelsey and Pacheco, I don't think they'll win the game. But I don't think they're going to stop Kelsey and Pacheco.
And I think they are almost going to have to pick one. Someone's going to get free. Don't forget about Rice.
Yeah, Rasheed Rice have been stepping it up in the playoffs.
He's caught
And Patty.
He's only caught in balls that hit him in the chest. He can't catch the ball if it's a I don't know, an athletic play.
You want to tell that to his face?
I would.
You wouldn't.
I
Only
wouldn't.
because you're huge. You low-key probably bigger than Rasheed Rice.
I really, truly don't have any faith in the Chiefs wide receivers. If they have to make a play, if it's not Kels or Pacheco trying to make a play, no way am I putting money on that.
Well, they got isn't Tooney inactive for the Super Bowl, or did they activate him?
As far as I know, everybody that's injured will at least suit up, whether they play or not.
I don't think Tooney's playing. He broke his foot or something. No, it's a pec. It's a torn pec. He literally has a torn pec, and the playing percentage is 90% not going to play anytime an offensive lineman tears their pec. But, fun fact, the guy behind him who's filling in for him has been on the Chiefs for the past 5 years and replaced him every single time. So he knows the offense. He knows blah, blah, blah. So that's nice to have. So it's a loss. I don't think it's going to be that big of a loss.
I think the Chiefs are really good in the short game, and I'm sorry, but the linebackers and the defensive line for the 49ers are – They stopped that short game pretty well.
We'll see.
We will.
Kansas City has to really get that deep ball going if they're going to do anything against the 49ers.
Not necessarily.
They got to have that avenue open, but they don't have a receiver that can catch a deep ball right now.
Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
That one he actually caught, he was actually surprised.
I don't doubt it.
He said, "Oh, it's in my hands. What the heck?
Let's go!"
So go ahead.
No, go ahead. What were you?
I was getting ready to ask you, what do you think the 49ers offense has over Kansas City's defense? Do you think that they're going to...
Christian McCaffrey and Deebo Samuel, period.
You don't think the Chiefs can stop either one of those?
Nope, because Ayuk can also catch the ball. George Kittle's a solid stud. I mean, you're spread the ball all over the place on that field. Kansas City doesn't have 5 stars.
So, if Kansas City shuts down Christian McCaffrey, do you have faith in Brock Purdy?
Yeah. I think if you have Deebo Samuel still on the slants, you still have the short passes that Kansas City's really bad in the mid section of the field.
Because Kansas City's been getting really good pressure on the quarterbacks. Chris Jones has been getting up the middle. You get in Brock Purdy's face, he might make some errant throws.
First Super Bowl.
In the AFC, the Kansas City hasn't played a team that's well-rounded.
What did you just say?
The Kansas City Chiefs haven't played a team that's well-rounded.
Are you saying your Bills weren't well-rounded?
Can anybody
Are you saying the Dolphins were? Granted, that's snow. Are you not saying who's the other people?
Ravens?
Ravens. Are you kidding me?
Okay, they shut down the Ravens because all the Ravens had was a run game. They shut that down. Okay, but what I'm saying is the 49ers have a run game and a throwing game. Lamar doesn't throw the ball very often.
Whatever. He's going to win the MVP.
So, congratulations.
Zay Flowers, Odell Beckham, likely. Mark Andrews wasn't there. They don't throw the ball.
They do throw the ball, but not as well as the 49ers. They're not as well spread. The Bills' wide receiving core, I'm sorry, they're better than the Ravens, but they're not better than the 49ers. When you put the 49ers run game and wide receivers together, that is an unstoppable force of nature.
When you put
if you put Lamar Jackson on the 49ers, there's no way that the 49ers would ever lose a game. You put Patrick Mahomes on the 49ers, there's no way they're ever going to lose a game.
You're saying Brock Purdy ain't ish.
I'm saying Brock Purdy's mediocre.
You blasphemous pig.
Brock Purdy's not going to win a game unless all of his weapons are there. Period.
They lost 3 games in a row in the middle of the season.
Exactly. When his weapons are gone. Yeah, when his weapons are gone, he doesn't know exactly what to do. When the game is
that
put
was
in
the
his
old
hands,
Brock Purdy.
When the game's put in his hands, I'm more confident in Brock Purdy winning the game when the game's in his hands than the Kansas City wide receivers catching the ball.
There's a nice take. That's a nice take.
It's a very good take. It's football.
It's nice.
It's not. So when it comes down to who's going to win the Super Bowl, the San Francisco 49ers should obviously be a bigger favorite than a 1.5 favorite right now. They should be, honestly, a 10-point favorite in my eyes.
10 points. That's a lot, man. That's a lot.
Kansas City turns the ball over 2 times, they're down 21 points. Guaranteed.
Niners turn the ball over 2 times.
They're down 21
They're
points.
down 14.
No, I would say
14.
maybe 7 or 10. Their defense will stop them. Their defense will make them kick field goals. I don't think if San Francisco is driving that ball, Kansas City's defense is not stopping them.
Watching the Niners D against them Lions and them Packers,
they've been struggling.
That made me like, what the heck is going on?
That was a little depressing, but if you think about the Lions' offense is phenomenal.
They are really good.
And then you got to play 4 downs with the Lions. You're playing 3 downs with the Packers. You're playing 4 downs with the Lions. And the Lions' offense is, you got 2 running backs that'll be a starter on any team. You got wide receivers that could be a number 1 or number 2 on most teams. Your number 4 wide receiver on the Lions could be a number 1 in Kansas City. Okay, that's how it is. with the Packers. Jordan Love, I mean, there's not a lot of film on him. He was slinging the ball. He was good.
That is always how it goes.
But let's
see
if
him do it
Jordan
next
Love,
year.
let's see if he can do it next year. There's a lot more film in the way he plays. We'll see if he's going to actually perform next year. But talking back to the Super Bowl, the 49ers are built better. They're all around better. There's less mistakes going to be made, and they're the only team that can make 3 or 4 turnovers in a game and still win a playoff.
So you think Mahomes is going to throw interceptions?
I think if Mahomes does,
He has this year.
if Mahomes continues to throw interceptions,
If they play like
yes.
they did against the Raiders,
The only way the
They
Chiefs
always
win this,
struggle against the Raiders.
the
though.
only
just
way
saying.
the only way the Chiefs win this game is no turnovers and the defense steps up.
And they
I
get
mean,
their running game going.
the defense has to be deep, step up. They can't get hurt. They have to rotate right. They have to put the guys. They're going to have to play one-on-one on either Brandon Ayuk or Deebo Samuel at some point.
all that being said, both teams going to play some football.
And again, the 49ers blow them out. That's my intake.
Blowout's wild, but that's
But, yeah, I think the Chiefs win by 10.
And San Francisco also has revenge from 2019.
Kansas City has
2020.
being hated and be the underdog all year.
I feel like you only want Kansas City to win just so Tom Brady's record gets broken.
That's part of the reason, but
Like how much out of 100%, is that like 90% reason why you want Kansas City to win?
no.
How high of a percentage is that
probably
the reason why?
60.
Hold on, Ryan, before Ryan.
He said
oh, wait, did he give
60.
his answer?
Yeah.
He gave his- oh, dang, I was gonna set you up.
60%.
Here we go. I'll do that. Ryan said, "These are my confessions. Just when I thought I said all I could say, I hope Tom Brady sucks
Very true.
forever. Go Chiefs."
All right, so you heard it, folks. 60% because he wants Tom Brady's record beat. I think if anybody right now in the NFL could do it, is Patrick Mahomes, but he's going to have to take a big pay cut to be better. All right, folks. This wraps up the Super Bowl episode of Mom's Basement. Ryan, is there anything else you want to add before we cut it out?
Chiefs are going to win. Final prediction, go Chiefs.
Are we going to put money on this? You want to do a bet?
What bet do you want to do?
58 pesos.
How about shave the head? I'll shave your head if they...
Well, last time I made a shave the head bet, my wife got pretty angry, so.
So you want to do it? When's the
You
last
know
time
what
you
she
listened to
didn't
your
get
wife?
pretty angry about? When you got a PS5.
I think we'll leave the hair off the limits. Let's try to find something else.
Okay. All right. What do you think we should do? Tattoo? Let me tattoo your neck. No, I'm just-
Tattoo.
No, I'm not doing a
I can't
tattoo on
do
the
that.
neck.
Tattoo
either.
TB12 right under his eye.
No
Whoa.
way.
Loser's got to wear a Tom Brady jersey.
Who cares?
No, that would make him more mad than me.
Who has a Tom Brady jersey? Nobody.
I'll buy one
used
just
to.
for you.
I sold it. I also never wore it, but
We could do another blizzard if you want to.
Okay.
All right.
throw it in.
Another blizzard.
Another diabetic coma. That's
Yep.
all right.
Large.
Large. All right, folks. Thanks for listening to Mom's Basement. Please like, subscribe, and share. Tell your friends about us. And hopefully we'll get some more people to listen, and we'll talk about other things other than football sometimes.
See you in the off season.
Goodbye.